Hello, I'm Connie DeMant, Assistant Director, Legislative and External Affairs. Welcome to the second episode of the DOR Report. Things are bustling here at the department, and today I have with me Director Joe Xavier and Chief Deputy Junie Lee. They're going to update you on some exciting developments here at the department.
Thank you, Connie. Hello, everyone. It was the middle of February when I was appointed by the governor to my responsibilities as the director of the department. I'd like to welcome you back to the DOR Report and provide you with some updates about our department. By now, most of you may have heard 20 at 20 by 20. That is 20,000 annual competitive placements at an average of $20 an hour by the year 2020. This requires that we ask ourselves three key questions. What is it that we are not doing today that we need to be doing to get to 20 at 20 by 20? What is it that we are doing that we need to refine and improve upon? And what is it that we are doing today that we can stop doing to free up the resources? And of course, reaching this goal also recognizes that our staff, our community, and our stakeholders have been and are working very hard moving us in that direction.
Speaking of improving efforts, as some of you may have heard, President Obama has signed the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. WIOA will modify vocational rehabilitation and independent living programs ratified previously under the Workforce Investment Act. Joe, can you tell us a little more?
You're right, Connie. The WIOA is the largest change to the VR program since the 92 amendments. Of course, there's also the changes to the Independent Living Program, the Assistive Technology Act program, and other programs. We have been analyzing the changes in the statute, and we will be engaging with our community, our stakeholders, and of course our staff to develop the implementation of the new changes in the law. Of course, there's also going to be the inclusion of the regulations from the Department of Labor, Health and Human Services, as well as the Department of Education as we move forward with the implementation.
That's a lot of moving parts, Joe, but we'll be sure to collaborate and keep our partners informed as we go forward. But what are we already doing here in California to prepare our consumers and to have a qualified workforce for employers to hire? Junie?
Connie, I can touch on some of our efforts at DOR. One of our recent innovative initiatives is our College to Career program, or C2C. C2C is designed to provide unique college opportunities for our consumers with intellectual or developmental disabilities. The department has piloted 5 community college programs over the last 3 years with promising results. These programs provide 2 years of integrated community college instruction, as well as work experience and vocational training. Students are linked to highly trained C2C job developers with the goal of placing our consumers in integrated competitive employment with natural supports at work to help our consumers be successful in their jobs. This year, the department intends to expand this innovative model program from 5 to 8.
Junie, in our last DOR report, you updated us about Promise. As you may know, DOR has taken a lead on an exciting federal grant called Promise, promoting the readiness of minors in supplemental security income. Junie, you and Deputy Director Jeff Reel went to Washington, D.C. in July to meet with the other 5 grantees. Can you tell us something about that?
Certainly, Connie. As you mentioned, in our last report, Promise is a 5-year federal research grant and will provide California with the opportunity to engage in early intervention activities. These activities are to assist youth age 14 to 16 who receive Supplemental Security Insurance, or SSI, to advance in their education, pursue careers, and reduce their reliance on SSI. Through the Promise Grant, youth will receive additional academic vocational supports and with their families receive comprehensive work incentives planning. The department has contracted with 21 local education agencies statewide to provide these services. This last August, our local education agencies began the outreach, recruitment, and enrollment of over 3,000 high school students with disabilities for the study. Half of the over 3,000 will be in a control group, and the other half will receive CalPromise services. I think it's very important to note that CalPromise's goal is to improve not only the lives of the young SSI recipients, but also the lives of their families. If you would like to learn more about CalPromise, please go to our website, www.calpromise.org.
Early interventions is one piece of what we're doing here at the department. We also have, starting in January of 2014, our Work Incentives Pilot Program. This program has 9 staff who have been trained to provide counseling to our consumers on their benefits to allow them to transition to employment, as well as provide them with financial literacy so that they can enjoy their independence as they move into their employment opportunities. WIP was designed to increase the number of consumers on benefits going to work, to ensure that more consumers are going to work at a substantial, gainful activity, and an added benefit is that the department will receive increased Social Security reimbursements. Being on benefits is literally living in poverty. We have this pilot set up in 3 of our districts, the Greater East Bay District, the Northern Sierra District, and in our San Diego District. The blind field services units within those districts are also participating in the pilot. As of August of this year, we have over 1,000 consumers enrolled in our Work Incentives Pilot Program. So far, over 150 consumers have gone to work through the Work Incentives Pilot Program, and we expect many more consumers to go to work over the coming months.
Joe, thank you for that update. I think it's a good time to share news about another important department improvement. John Kirkham just recently joined DOR's executive team as our Chief Information Officer over the Information Technology Services Division. In his new role, John will help shape statewide assistive technology policy, as well as introduce best practices for universal technology to benefit all Californians.
I noticed you're using a cane. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
No, not at all.
So I've been hearing a lot about accessibility recently, and that means like the noise that tells me it's okay to walk across the street and these curb cuts with the yellow bumps and like an elevator, right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are all common modifications that help people with disabilities navigate in public spaces. It's one form of accessibility. One area that people don't think of too often relative to accessibility is technology and web accessibility. The reason I love this technology so much is that it's really, to me, mostly about equality. And the way you get equality through this technology is you set up the situation where anything that's available on the web, you make it available through this assistive technology. It's going to be the same quality of experience. And that's really the bottom line. That's how we get to equality.
14, about job search, accommodations, programs, drug rehab services, read link at disability guide to employment.
The goal is to make the website accessible. The goal is to make it possible for everyone who wants to use that website to have the opportunity to do that. So that's another really important area.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's neat.
Oh, I gotta take this.
Great.
Web accessibility is an important topic right now, but what about the other services we provide? Do we have any way of measuring the success of those services?
Connie, we're actually in the process of doing just that. Our vocational rehabilitation program's consumer satisfaction survey is conducted annually to solicit input from the individuals we serve. The survey sent to nearly 13,000 consumers in early May. The data is compiled and analyzed by late summer, and the report will be released by the end of the year. The ultimate goal of the survey is to continually improve our services for all Californians with disabilities. In addition to the important data we're collecting, we also want to highlight the human side of what we do. I am pleased to share We're launching a campaign designed to showcase the many contributions made to our community through our work and program. Inspired by National Public Radio's StoryCorps, we're interviewing consumers from all walks of life and posting these audio clips to the web. The clips will highlight the achievements of our consumers. Their stories may not be yours, but everyone can identify with facing challenges and overcoming barriers. We're excited for the release of each inspirational story, and we hope you will check it out.
Every episode of the DOR Report will include a recent message from a stakeholder and a response. This time someone writes, "There is an expanded core curriculum for the students who are blind, visually impaired, to prepare them for independent living. Is this in place in transition programs in the state?" An expanded core curriculum, ECC, includes instruction in orientation and mobility, assistive technology, Braille, and skills for daily living. The one transition contract within Blindfield Services is with the California School for the Blind. California School for the Blind has an expanded core curriculum, and they infuse ECC instruction throughout the day, every day, including the transition services provided through the cooperative contract with DOR. In general, transition programs throughout the state do not include ECCs as part of their program, only employment-related services. Thanks for watching the DOR Report. To leave feedback on this program or to be featured in future Ask DOR segments, please email externalaffairs@dor.ca.gov. For more information on the topics we've discussed today, visit our website, www.dor.ca.gov. Until next time, I'm Connie DeMant for the California Department of Rehabilitation. Employment, independence, and equality for all Californians with disabilities.